back, everybody. Look who's with us. Will Worsham joins us now for this week's Speaking Legal discussion. Thanks for coming on.
Glad to be here.
See you.
All right, Will, so here's the question. You guys ready?
Yep.
My daughter was given an eviction notice on 9/30/16. She's to be out by 10/31/16, about a month. All right, the reason for the eviction, the apartment complex is remodeling and it's time to do that specific apartment. What can she do regarding the deposit and the extra pet deposit that she paid? Her lease agreement was supposed to end on 12/31/16.
Okay. Well, now here's the thing. We really would need to take a look at the actual lease document because a landlord cannot just evict you because they want to. They have to. There has to be a reason. Usually, you didn't pay the rent. That's usually so. That's when an eviction happens. I suspect that this lease, like a lot of them have 30-day out clauses with 30-day notice. So really, that's probably what's happened here. Is she's been given a 30-day notice under the terms of the lease that she has to move out, and that's legal. You can do that if it's in the terms of the lease. If it's not, you can't just.
Are they using an excuse? Is that what they're doing to get her out?
It doesn't matter if there's a 30-day out clause. They don't need an excuse. They can just give you notice and end the.
I think they're concerned more about the things like the deposits and the pet deposits
Well, I see that,
you've paid for a year.
And it should, those should be returned just as they would at the end of any lease if it had expired naturally, which you would do the walkthrough, and they would inspect for damage and return whatever portion of the deposit would be returned because it's not needed to repair the damages.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. So you're just saying that they can let somebody know for a month that we need to have you out, and they can make up whatever excuse they want. It really doesn't matter.
If the terms of the lease say either party or the landlord can terminate the lease upon 30 days notice, then all they have to do, they don't even need a reason. They can just say, we're giving you 30 days notice, we're terminating the lease under the terms of the agreement.
Should they expect any kind of prorating as far as any of the deposits or anything like that are concerned?
Well, they should get it all back in full unless there's a deduction. And then the way those work is you should do a walkthrough inspection before you accept the property so that you can note any existing damage. But there should be a walkthrough at the end of the tenancy where the landlord and the tenant together, and the landlord will say, okay, well, there's a hole in the wall that wasn't here before, so that's going to cost X to repair. We're going to deduct that from the deposit before we return it to you. Okay? Now, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, those kind of deposits are always, it's very subjective. I go in and I clean it and I think it's beautiful, and then the landlord comes in and goes, no, you're not getting your money back.
Well, and normal wear and tear is not part of that. I mean, that's what you're paying for. That's part of your rent is what you're paying for. And there are some very specific statutes that deal with the returns of deposits. The landlord has to return it and or give you along with a list of the deductions within 60 days. And if they don't comply appropriately with that statute, the tenant can actually sue the landlord and get double what was withheld.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's some tricks to that to be sure it's done right.
So this is an inconvenience to the person that's living there, but if you had read the agreement, you should go in knowing that this is a possibility.
Well, I'm assuming it's, like I said, it's in the terms of the lease that this can be done. If not, then we'd have to look at some other issues.
Then there could be a problem.
Now, saying that, I mean, it seems as though that's what it is because you've seen there's a 30-day notice. That leads you to believe there must have been a 30-day out in it. What about something where, he says, well, I've got to remodel this thing and I'm starting 2 weeks from now. Where do you stand on that point?
Yeah, well, you could say no.
No.
Or you could negotiate some sort of alternative agreement. Maybe the landlord agrees to put you up in a hotel for a couple of weeks and pay for that or something else to make it worth your while.
But by and large, you're just going to have to move sooner or later.
Well, yeah, that's normally what happens.
So it's not like when you have a house, because like I say, we had a house and someone else was in it, and the law really was on their side. We had to just wait and wait. They didn't want to get out.
Well, it depends on the terms of the lease and what was happening.
I don't even think there was a lease.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah, I don't think there was.
Ding, ding, ding.
But we went to court with it, and they gave them an extra month.
That's
so it's
surprising.
Kind of, yeah. So anyway, I didn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it would work. Really, the law whether it's a house or an apartment is the same.
Yeah.
It's still a rent and possession issue.
People want more information about this or the many subjects that you've talked about. How do they get a hold of you?
Email us here at wworsham@color10.com or go to our website at willworshamlaw.com.
All right. Will, thanks. Great to see
bet.
you.
Good to see you
All right,
again.
coming up, we're going to tell you what realitycheckextreme.com is all about. Stay with us. That's up next.
If you are an archery fan, make a trip to Earth Outdoor and get ready for the season. We carry all of the finest brands in the industry. We are also the largest crossbow dealer in the state, and our indoor range lets you try before you buy. Archery at Earth Outdoor. It's a way of life.
FFO Home is throwing the flag on high prices. We're teaming up with